Hello friends, I am Neha Junsu. Welcome to my channel that is all about enhancing what you have. Today I am going to do another part of ghost stories and I'm going to read ghost stories that have been sent by you and some of might be from the web. I will let you know. Also, I just love to do one thing. So I'm not wearing any makeup, so don't just come at me that I'm wearing makeup. It's my skin, I've been taking care of it. But I just love to do this thing whenever I see light hitting my cheeks. See? It's cute, right? It doesn't look that good over here. Whatever. Let's not spook you out more. So yeah, before we start, don't forget to share your paranormal experiences with me on Instagram. That is @lenehajunsu_. Let's start. So this story is by this star. Like, I have taken it from the web because of the Hungry Ghost Festival that was going on. So I will be reading these to you guys because these stories were very interesting and these were Asian, so you know, like, Asian ghosts are the best ghosts. I can vouch for that because I am myself an Asian. Okay, so let's get started. Story for Hungry Ghost Festival: Unnatural Causes of Accident. Let's start. One day I went for an appointment in a Damansara Heights office building. I'm sorry if I'm taking the names wrong. The lady at the reception said the person whom I was supposed to meet was late, so we started talking. She asked about my hometown. I told her I grew up in the small town of Kuala Kubu. She told me that her boss once met with an accident while driving down from Fraser's Hill. That would be the Pertak area with winding roads. She said that the car was on a smooth drive but was pushed by something unseen down the slope and into the ravine. The driver died, but the boss and his wife managed to escape with slight injuries. It was not raining nor windy at that point in time. She related that the boss said there were ghosts around that place. I agreed. Fraser's Hill, Pertak and Kuala Kubu town are known to be haunted places. Ghosts are said to roam along the Pertak River. Don't stand too close to the river or you might find yourself pushed into the water. Like, I remember I saw a K-drama, like, the ghost pushes the girl into the river. So, when I was around 10 years old, I was riding on a bicycle when I saw another person coming in the opposite direction, also riding a bicycle. But he wasn't pedaling as he was going downhill. All of a sudden, he fell off his bicycle for no apparent reason. He got up with a minor injury and continued to cycle. That road name is Jalan Kubu. After coming back from school after activities, I used the same road and I wasn't pedaling along that road as it was downhill. And there were no loose stones on the road. Suddenly, I saw a ghost's hand pulling the front wheel of my bicycle and I fell with minor injuries. Thank goodness there were no cars on the roads then. It is quite a road and nice to cycle on. Even though I was frightened, I picked myself up and cycled home. I have avoided that road since then. Too many accidents have occurred on this particular road and finally it was redesigned. The original road section was filled up with sand and grass, and another road was opened next to it. Fraser's Hill is another place that's the stuff of ghost stories. One of the blocks of the resort apartment is known to be haunted. Here's the story of a family who once stayed at this block, a family of 4 with a caretaker. According to the caretaker, there were children pulling her hair at night when she was trying to sleep, but when she woke up, there was nobody around. Spooky. The father of the family heard sounds of a ball rolling across the floor, people on the balcony, and children running across the floor in the daytime with not even a shadow to account for it. The unit was also extraordinarily cold. Needless to say, that was their last visit there. It would be my last visit anywhere if I had a spooky feeling. Like, I stay away from all that. Dead before she knew it. There was a dark alley. I could sense the presence of someone there. I could feel it rattling through my bones. While walking, I saw a small child, perhaps a girl, standing still at the other side. In the typical horror movies, they'll go near the child, but I wouldn't dare. I did the opposite. Running away, of course, but I could not see any other way to get out of the alley. I heard a loud sound coming from behind me. I didn't want to look, and so continued running. I was completely out of breath while my heart was pounding like a wild animal trying to escape my chest until I couldn't help it and screamed, crying for help, only to realize that I was on my bed the whole time. I felt relieved. It was a dark and gloomy morning. I tried to stand up, but my feet felt as if they were glued to the bed. Feeling lazy to get up, I rolled on the bed. A few seconds later, I got up and walked out of my bedroom. Something felt very strange. I usually wake up to my parents' calls, but as far as I know, I haven't heard them this morning. I called my parents' phones, but my calls went to voicemail. Maybe they had an important meeting to attend early in the morning, I thought. As it was still dark, I decided to go for a swim in the pool to freshen up. I was training for my laps, and then I sensed something that was not right. I could feel something pulling my feet deep in the water. My mind was racing, thinking of something to make myself feel calm. Maybe I just woke up late, or maybe I hadn't my breakfast yet. Ignoring it, I continued swimming. After that, I went for a shower. I noticed multiple bruises on my legs. I was uneasy about it. Ignoring it, I went out of the shower to get ready. It felt weird to not hear my brother's loud voices in the morning. I guess they were just asleep, and I'd rather not wake them, as I want my day to be peaceful and quiet. I made myself a cup of chamomile tea to go with some biscuits. I was accompanied by the wind blowing through my hair while the dry leaves were falling from the branches. The dream that I had kept on swarming through my head. I felt slightly dizzy, and suddenly I heard loud thuds upstairs. I rushed upstairs, breathing heavily, and started to feel worried and scared. The sounds kept getting louder, and it felt like my ears were going to bleed. I gazed up and saw a tall woman with blood all over her clothes. At that moment, my body was shaking tremendously. She grabbed my neck and squeezed it. I was trying to push her away as I couldn't breathe, but the grasp kept getting tighter. I squealed for help, but no one came. I felt my body getting weak, and I passed out. I felt like hours before I woke up and found myself lying on the bed in the hospital. I was utterly confused how I got there. I freaked out and started screaming for help. The doctor attended me and asked how I got there. The doctor said that I had been there for 3 days already. I remembered what happened, so I searched for my bruises and they were all still there. I had a new bruise on my neck. I was really confused as the doctor stood there grinning at me. I asked the doctor about my bruises and he said that he had never seen them. The doctor tried to calm me down by saying that I was just hallucinating, but I knew what I saw. There was also proof. Now, the next story, it has happened with one of my subscribers. They sent me the story and now I'm going to read it, okay? Ever since we moved into our house about 11 years ago, we would hear children's voices, but up till about a month ago was the scariest moment. It was about 9 p.m. at night and me and my children were playing hide and seek in the backyard. And it was my turn to count, and when I started to seek, I heard the crunch of dry leaves being stepped on, so I followed the sound. And I said, "I hear you," and followed the footsteps towards the back of the backyard and heard laughing. So I assumed it was my daughter. But I walked around and found no one. And come to find out, no one was actually hiding in the backyard, but inside the house. So I got chills up and down my back. Thank you so much guys for sharing your stories, and yeah, I hope that you like this video. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.